Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I haven't made a video in a while and I apologize for that. I wanted to make an updated bullet journal video because my first video randomly got very popular very quickly. And so, there's a lot of things I wanted to update because it hasn't actually been the journal that I thought it was gonna be. And so I just wanted to show you guys how realistic my bullet journal has become. So we left off here, and I showed you my blog and YouTube idea pages, which I actually haven't really been using, mostly just because I haven't really been on my blog or YouTube very much. And these are some new pages that I recently made. This is a shopping list for, I apparently need to go shopping, there were things I need to get, and I actually never ended up using this. And so I'm just gonna be real honest, you're gonna see a lot of my failures and mistakes in this bullet journal more than the things that it has helped me do. And so I just wanna be real and honest with you and just show you how it's become. On the other page here, I copied a layout of someone else who wrote down the KonMari method. I read this book a couple of months ago and actually organized my clothes very much according to her method, but I haven't really done like the whole house or anything because we don't really have a ton of stuff yet. But I still like the way that she kind of outlined all this stuff, and so I did that as well. Over here I saw this from some other person, from some other bullet journal. They did a 52-week money saving challenge for every week of the year. So for the first week of the year I would save $1. Or $2 or $3 for the third week, and you go all the way throughout the year, and then in the end you have over $1,000. Didn't actually end up doing this at all, but I thought it looked cool, so. And here I got back into weekly planning, and then I tried to do dailies, didn't have it at all. And then came June, and I really like this page. I really like how it turned out, even though it's a little bit scrubbed and some of the paint came over on this side. Still kind of like the way it looks. So here's my June layout and my goals. I really still like this layout. Kind of just being able to see the whole month in one glance and things that are coming up, and also just trying to set realistic goals for myself. On to June, my memories, I really did not do a good job on watercoloring these, and a lot of it just has to do with the pens that I'm using, and so I'll have to figure out some other way to watercolor. My tracker I really didn't do a whole lot of. You can see I really kind of stopped. And one thing I just want to touch on in relationship to my old video, and it's that I got a lot of comments on how I want to track my AM and PM of brushing my teeth, and people were like genuinely really rude about it, and I was honestly very surprised, because it would be as if I were to call you out and say like, well, I can't believe you want to track how many glasses of water you're drinking per day. How dare you try and track healthy habits, you know? And I didn't grow up with healthy habits, and so brushing my teeth twice a day is difficult for me, and so I want to try and better myself. And so I just want to keep comments positive, and I mean, like, I know that you guys are gonna probably pause and like look at all my habits that I'm tracking and seeing where I'm strong and where I'm weak, but like, I would rather that we would just encourage one another to say like, hey, I'm sorry that this is a struggle for you, but I hope that this tracker works for you. Whatever, letting it go. I tried to do a 30-day relationship challenge. This was just really hard because I also, there's like some things on here which are really good ideas, like have a picnic for dinner, bad weather, set up your blanket indoors. And there are things like that where my schedule would then have to line up well with my husband's. And if that doesn't work out, then we're just kind of screwed. And so this didn't really end up happening, although I do love the ideas of this, and these are some things that I want to go back to and really try and help our marriage. Here I tried doing weeklies again, and then I tried doing another daily, didn't happen, and then I think at this point I decided, you know what, dailies are just not my thing. Like, they're not helping me be productive. They're basically more of a time waster than anything else. I just kind of decided to give that up. Here I was watching Harry Potter one day, and the first Harry Potter, Dumbledore says, "It does not do well to dwell on dreams, Harry, and forget to live." And I really love that, and so I just kind of wanted to do a little doodle page with watercolors. This level 10 life and level 10 goals are from Boho Berry. Well, I don't know if they're originally from her or if she borrowed them from someone, but I got this layout from her, and I really like the idea of it because it really shows me where I'm really investing my time in my relationships and where I maybe feel disappointed in certain areas, and kind of just gives me an overview of my life. And also gives me a way to better those areas, being able to write out my own goals for each thing. So definitely recommend one of these. On this page, my parents were coming into town before my wedding, and I had to clean the whole house. And so I wanted to just like make a list for every room and all the things I had to do, just so I could get the things done and just like deep clean the whole place. I don't know if I actually ended up using this, but it was still just a nice way for me to just write down everything that was in my brain at the time. This is like a guest tour guide that I made for the time that they were here, and for times and like ideas that we could do for that day. These are actually things that ended up happening on these days, except for this day. The closer it got to the wedding, the more I didn't want to do anything. And it was basically just until they left. On this page, I started writing out a packing list for our trip to Santorini for our honeymoon. I actually did end up using this. It was very helpful because I'm a very forgetful person. And here I also wrote out our Santorini flight and hotel information, just so I could have it closer and on me instead of having to like flip through a whole bunch of different pages that I had printed out. And so I had all the information that I would need on one page. As I was getting closer to the wedding, I made a last-minute wedding to-do list and just wrote down my initial or my husband's initial next to it, so we kind of broke up the tasks. There was a lot of things to do. And on this page, I recently just started this, and ABS is, or ABS is the online school that I'm currently attending, and this is the first year. And so I wrote down the courses I'll be taking this year, as well as their course names and numbers. You probably won't be able to see those because they're in yellow. And I also wrote down due dates that I created for myself, because it's a self-study, and so you kind of just like choose your own pace. So I created due dates for each course of when I want to be able to give up my paper for those. So then I created a monthly calendar. And this is the month of August, and this is where I'm currently at. And so I started reading one of the first books on the 11th, and I wrote down how many pages I wanted to read for that day. This is another book I have to read for my internship, and so I split up the colors. And so like this is something I'm still using. I'm still using the different pages that I'm supposed to be reading on the day, so it helps keep me accountable and also helps keep me more motivated. So I know, okay, well on Saturday I only have to read pages 49 to 93. And as I'm doing this, I'm also learning how I study best and what days I study best on. And so that means having almost 100 pages on one day is not very good for me. And so that might mean I have to break them up between more days instead of just having them on 3 days. Because some of these books are hard to read, just from content and from style of writing. Sometimes they're hard to just concentrate on. And so this is actually helping me learn how I study better. This is the day I read the last page of the last book for my first course. And then here I'm gonna start prepping my paper, and here I'm gonna start writing it. So these are just kind of like looking through other books, getting other sources. And then on this day is the first day I'll turn it in. So that is pretty much where I'm at. I really haven't done any monthlies or weeklies or dailies at all, mostly just because I've been kind of in a funk and haven't had the time to really just go all out. But I'm hoping that there will come a time where I can do that. But I'm kind of just liking where it's at right now and just having it be a place where I can write down anything and everything that I want to, and allowing myself to make spelling mistakes as well. I made a spelling mistake on the other one and I realized it right after I wrote it, and then I didn't explain that in the video because I didn't think about it. And I got a lot of comments like, oh, you spelled Wednesday wrong. I'm like, I know. But yeah, so that's kind of just a more realistic, updated version of my bullet journal that I want to share with you. And just being honest, it's hard, but you just gotta find a way that it works for you. Don't try and overcomplicate it, and have fun with it. I mean, just allow it to be the book that you need. And so I hope you guys are having fun with bullet journaling. It has really exploded over the past couple of months on the internet. And so I hope you guys are just having fun with yours if you have one. And I'd love to see more of your videos, how you use your bullet journal. I want to be inspired by you as well. And so thank you to all of you who have subscribed to me or liked my previous video. Thanks for just sticking along for the journey with me, and I hope that this helps you in any way possible. Have a great day, you guys. See you in my next video. Bye!